Sorry, I didn't realize how insanely backlit I was going to be here, but here we are. Welcome to episode 3 of Rhaenyra Targaryen from season 2. The beach scene specifically, I assume, well, you know, I shouldn't assume. So today we're gonna start on the embroidery and the beading and everything, all of that, except for the belt. The belt I'm gonna do is a separate video because that's gonna be like a whole other thing. The first thing that we have to do is go to Michael's. Michael's opened 11 minutes ago and I hate being the first person in, but I still want to get over there early so that I can get a lot done today. I need to pick up, I think I should have an embroidery hoop, but I want a stand for it if I can find one so that I can use like both hands to embroider. And then I also need to find 2 or 3 different colors of embroidery floss and embroidery thread if they have it. I am fine on needles. I don't need any of those, but I do need to take a swatch of my fabric to color match. That's the plan for today, and then we'll get into the whole embroidery, everything. I still have to do the embroidery pattern as well, but I want to go to Michael's first, get out of the way, and like pick up some other stuff while I'm out and about. I just got some errands to run, so this is gonna be our first step in our errands. Okay, we can go over everything that I got now. I'm actually going to step to the side so I can put in my reference photo so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But I got this black, just cotton embroidery thread. Then I got one that's a slightly lighter gray. I think the black is what we're going to go with because the fabric is so dark, but then it's like slightly darker, which is actually perfect. And then there's a lighter section. So I got this lighter gray that's just slightly lighter than this. And then this metallic dark gray, or there's like a little shiny section. So this is everything that we got of embroidery thread. And then I got these 2 metallic blacks for the lock stitching. I think that these are gonna look really nice on it. Yeah. And then I got this 1/8 millimeter ribbon. There's a couple little sections that I think that's what it is. I really wanted to find like a black like leather cord because that would look really nice, but they didn't have a leather section at this Michael's. It's a pretty small Michael's and it was a majority Christmas stuff. So I guess they just don't have a leather section anymore. So that's great. Now I can actually pattern out the embroidery. Not on my sample because my sample is it's been covered. I can figure out the patterns for a majority of the pieces. I sketched a bit of them out on my iPad already, so I need to go get my iPad so that we can reference those. I'm gonna take my patterns and I'm going to trace them onto a more transparent piece of paper. That's what I'm trying to say. That is the plan. You'll see it. We're gonna jump right into it. Here we go, switching camera angles. Okay, I was really struggling, so this is what happened. I knew I needed to get just like some general stuff down because I couldn't look at the pattern and see what was going on, so I did mark on this and it's like kind of a mess. Now I'm gonna transfer my pattern pieces of this section to the slightly lighter paper. I just needed to figure out where this lock stitch started, and I think I've got it right where it's like about here-ish. It's about like even with where it kind of separates, you know. And then I was like, man, did I make it too skinny? And then I was like, no, it is pretty skinny. And then I was like, well, these look huge. And then I remembered the size of these beetle pieces. They're actually quite small, so I can use these to base off the size of these sections, of these like dragon head sections. When you zoom in like this, they look huge, but they are quite small. That was so difficult, but I think I'm finally happy with this. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is I think it is like slightly wider here. Oh, and then I did miss. Cool, okay, now I just need to transfer it onto here like 3 times. Can you tell what's going on? Okay, so this embroidery is this, and then it goes up this way, and then there's one that goes like this, and then it comes around and it goes all the way down the back. But it is basically this beginning part here, and then there's these 3 sections where there's this one that has like the little like balls on the end, and then just a line, and then the circle. And these 3 sections just kind of repeat as it goes after this first 3 section here. So there's only these 2 are the only ones that have the first section from what I can tell. And then the rest of it is just this, just curving across and around. I have made myself a little template that I was like going and like doing, and I was like, oh my god, that was so rough. So I'm making myself a new template because this one's a little rough. But I basically just figured out this first section here, and then I was looking at it and I realized that it just repeats after that, and I was like, okie dokie, bro. So then I was just going like this, and I was just gonna kind of line this up and just continue tracing my pattern. Okay. So it's just gonna be like that, but just repeated like so much. This is where I am currently at. I decided that I think I will end up taking this all the way through all of these, I think. I for sure have this one done. I took like a little bit of creative liberties on this end, and I added just the other end, but I think it looks good. I can maybe flip this, but then I don't really know how to connect it, so I just kind of threw that in there. It's starting to get confusing, so I had to like, I outlined the dragon head pieces and ink, and yeah, and now I'm like a little lost, but I'm just gonna keep chugging along, just keep doing my thing. I did the trails of where I wanted to go on the other side, and that is helping immensely, because then if I need to erase something, I don't erase my line, and yeah, that's helping a lot. But this is also just a lot. I do believe that that is all of the pattern done. One can only hope. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a lot. So now I gotta figure out how exactly I'm going to transfer it. I have this black tulle I'm gonna be doing the embroidery on, I believe. Yeah, I really thought that I had some black organza, but turns out I don't. So we will be using this, and then I think I'm gonna be doing the smocking out of this. It's really lightweight, and it's a similar but slightly different color black to the main fabric. So I think that'll be good. And it's the lightweightness that I need. So basically all of this, and then I think it comes down to like here, and then there's like a point like this. It actually probably goes like that, is all smocking. And then this is lock stitch, and this is lock stitch, and there's probably more lock stitching on the back that I'll need to identify. But for now, we're just gonna worry about all of this bone embroidery, as I'm calling it. I decided yesterday that the tulle was not going to work. It's just way too far apart, and it's stretchy, and it was a whole thing. And so then I was like, well, maybe I have some other organza, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is all I have. This is not gonna work. First of all, it is like literally it pulls apart so easily, so not gonna happen. So I placed an emergency pickup order at Joann's for some black organza yesterday. It was like 3 p.m. yesterday when I placed that emergency order. Do you wanna know what time I got the notification that it was ready for pickup? About 3 minutes before they closed and an hour after they stopped doing pickups. So I was like, this is just great. I just love my life right now. Wow. But now it's here, and I did not get some other work done. So, you know, that's just great. I, you know, had a nice chill day. But now, however, we can really get cooking. Oh, actually, wait, my frame came too. I ordered a stand on Amazon. Hang on, I have to go grab it. It's outside. This is perfect timing too, because I have that smaller hoop, but it's way too small. Yes. Okay, these are gonna be great. I think this one will be like the perfect size to do this in. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm ecstatic. Okay. Okay, I am here with an embroidery update. Don't mind my 3D printer in the back. It's chugging along with another video's stuff. I have finished one section. So I actually went back in on my embroidery map and I numbered all of the sections. So this is section 2, which, hang on, I can show you. I could put up a picture, but I need to see it in my mind. So section 2 is this section here that goes under this dragon head. So this is section 2. This is the only finished section. I guess I also finished a section 1, this section. I don't even know if you can see that, honestly. This hoop is gonna be how I'm gonna give you a rundown of like how it's going, I guess. So I think I showed the way that I was tracing it, the designs and how I broke them up and everything. So here's all of the broken up pieces so that they'll fit at least in this hoop, which is giant. And also not that nice. I've been preferring to use this hoop. It's in use. So I traced them with a fabric pencil, like a chalk pencil in white. And then I go in and I do the outlines because it wears off so quick and you cannot see it if it's just the pencil lines, and I'm trying to fit like a bunch to a hoop, obviously, as you can see. And then I will go in and I will actually embroider everything. So I think I mentioned how it's basically like repeating patterns. The pattern starts here. Let's try this. Pattern starts right here and it ends here. Does that make sense? So you start off with the little leggies. So, you know, there's little leggies. And then you have the top loop, and then you go into the circle with another arms, and then you go up into like the little heart shape. And that is one full repeating pattern. And then the ends have these like vine effects with the little circles. But one of the little repeating patterns, starting from the little leggies up to the heart, takes me about 50 minutes, and that was like when I was in a rhythm. And I'm getting anywhere from like 2 to 2.5 hours of embroidering in every day, which isn't great, but I haven't been like really able to focus on it. But let me just show you my setup really quick. We're gonna have to readjust, but let me just show you what my setup has been. I sit on couch, I take my embroidery hoop and stand legs up under this foot like this, blanket on lap, and then it goes like this, and I have my reading light that I turn on and I get it down like this. So it's like literally that close to it, and then I sit here and I do my little embroidery thing, and yeah, that's how we've been going. And I also have this comical stopwatch that I got from work that I've been using to track my time every day. So this was yesterday's time. I did 2 hours and 42 minutes exactly. Let me do some quick maths of about how long it has taken me to do this and this and this, because that is all that I have done on the stopwatch time. Okay, I'd say over the course of the 12 days that I have marked and timed, it's about 33 hours so far, which is terrifying. Is that right? That seems right. Okay. Yeah, you know, when one little repeating section takes 50 minutes, then we gotta think each one is like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours for these two. This hoop is probably gonna take me about 17 hours, and that's actually just the filling in. That doesn't include the outlining. The outlining goes fairly quickly. That is very scary. I also did the map for the sleeve embroidery, but I changed my mind because I saw a different picture and I don't like it anymore. So we're going to go over that again as well. But honestly, probably at a different time. So I'm going to keep embroidering for this week, and then we'll say, let's see, it's Monday, so I think I will check back in on Thursday and see how it's going, and then we'll probably end this around then, and this will just be like embroidery part 1, I suppose, because I knew this was going to be a lot and I knew it was going to take forever, but I wasn't quite expecting what it is. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry if the lighting is also awkward. I'm sitting on my couch again. It's so far past Thursday. It is currently Sunday. Anyways, I finished this piece, which was the second piece, and I'm getting a lot better at like conserving my string. So I don't even know if you'll be able to tell. These, like the heart-shaped ones, I was doing like fully just like wrapping, and I've gotten it where I can just kind of go like back and forth now. And I've kind of conquered the way that it splits onto this point right here. Like I've got that down really good. And so I'm currently working on this big one. I put it into the slightly smaller hoop just for ease of use. I think I'm somewhere around 40 hours now. So we are gonna call it a wrap on this video. We still have so much to do. I haven't even touched the beads or the gold work or anything. Like this costume's really, it's a chunky one. So thank you for sticking around. I hope to see you in the future. I hope that you are enjoying and that you are learning something. I am learning a lot, especially how much this is going to take. So thank you for sticking around. Please subscribe if you liked it, if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have any suggestions on what I should do or do differently. I'm doing my best with the knowledge that I have and the knowledge that I am gaining from others. Yes, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed.